My name is Henk Pottier. I'm the PRO of the CPF here in Hercules Sector 1. What you see here behind me this morning, the community came together to clean up the parks as well as there at the foot of the mountain, as you can see. I think our gentleman will later show you that. The biggest problem we do have around here is crime, stealing of the infrastructure, which is our electricity, water pipes. That's our biggest problem here. And then we also, just down the street here, we had a hijacking Monday morning where the lady was, a car was broken into, but she got away unscaled. The big problem we do have around here with the infrastructure here is that the municipality do not have the manpower to clean up our parks, clean up the areas over here. So that's why the community just came in to start cleaning for their own safety, because this is becoming a safety hazard for everybody. The thing is that we want to ask the community to get together to help us with this, to get our infrastructure back where it is, to make it a safer place for all, even for the children and the elderly at this stage, and ladies that's at home alone. So we really want to emphasize the word safety around here. We want the community to get together and take hands and make it a safer place for everybody in the community. We do have a lot of difficulties with the police at this stage, that we need more police officers, more vehicles. It takes a long time for them to come out to a call where we need them to be very fast. Like for instance, a guy that has stolen electrical cables over here. It took them a few hours to get here. That's our biggest problem, is that people need to wait for a vehicle for maybe 2 to 3 hours at a time. I do know that the problem with the vehicles is at this stage that we only have 2 available that's doing patrol, where we used to have 2 in each sector that were patrolling. So that is the biggest problem with us with the police at this stage. There is not a big conviction success rate. At this stage our biggest problem is the guys get caught, they go to the holding cells here, then they get transferred to Pretoria North where they wait for trial, and some of them just get released. They do have convictions on their name, and then they get released the next day. And that's our biggest problem, because that guy is just back the next day or 2 days later again stealing in the area. So that's a very, very big problem for the community around here, because they feel that they catch these guys, they help the police, and then the law just lets them go at the end of the day.
When did the relationship between the community and the police officers started deteriorating?
It has been now for a while. It's more or less the last 2 to 3 years at this stage, where the biggest problem, as I say, is that there is no interaction between us, and we're trying to resolve that problem right now at this stage. And it's getting there, but not fast enough for the safety of the community at the end of the day. The big thing is we need to get everything cleaned up. We need to get more people working for them, because of the fact that electrical cables get stolen. People are without electricity for days at end. Water pipes that are being burst. As this side of Mountain View and Selborne is actually more an older side of the community. We do have old pipes that we need to have fixed at the end of the day. So I do understand that there isn't money always, but there needs to be more things done at the end of the day. And we keep on paying for infrastructure. We do pay our levies each and every month, our tax and rates, but it just feels for the community that nothing is being done at the end of the day.
Okay.
From my side, I'm actually now the PRO of Sector 1, the CPF. I have been nominated to be the new chairperson, and my biggest request for the community is just to get together, take hands, and we need to stand together at the end of the day, because crime is taking over our community. We're not safe at all. That's my biggest wish, is just to have everybody work together at the end of the day.
Daniel Vuma, community member at Selborne.
Okay.
As a community, we've been under siege recently, where we had so many break-ins, and then we also have people who come and steal our cables, people who do smash and grab just around our community. We had few incidents that happened recently whereby one of our community members was hit by a stone and these guys were hiding behind the streets just at the corner of Denison. But now, as a community, we decided to no, let's come together and try and see what we can do, because we have been trying to talk to the municipality. So far, currently, the guys who are doing the cutting of grass here from the municipality, they only cut along the path. They don't come inside the empty stand, they don't come inside where you can see these reeds here. They are a good hideout for criminals. Even when we are just moving around, obvious criminals will hide behind these reeds. Immediately when you leave your house, they come into your house. So, as a community, we collected some money so that we can buy petrol, we can buy these things in order for us to cut this grass here and this reeds here. And this is surprising because in the past, the municipality used to cut the grass everywhere, including the empty stand. And some of these empty stands, they are municipality stands. And we don't know why the municipality is not selling those stands, if indeed they can maintain them. Right? Here is an open space, which actually no one owns this space except the municipality. But look at this, look behind you. You can see we have problems of snakes, we have problems of criminals. Now, as a community, we decided now we want to do this and we'll continue to do it. And if the municipality fails to assist us in any way, we will never allow any municipality contractor to come and cut the grass along the path. Because for us, it's not user-friendly, it's not sustainable. Along the path, we don't have pathways. So we don't understand why the municipality should cut grass along the path. Because you can see most of the houses, they've got grass outside. So it means now the contractor who's coming here, and even when we confront them and ask them, okay guys, why don't you cut even the grass here? If you look behind us on the other side, there is a bush going that way. And these criminals, normally when we confront them, they rush to the bush. And you can't catch a criminal inside these places because they know those areas and we don't know what to expect if we go into those places. And I think that is the problem. And big up to the community. You can see every community is here. Some of them will be joining us later. Some are busy on the other side of our area. So it's not only this community here. The other community are busy, and you can see we mean business. So far, you know, to be honest, the local police, I think the challenge with the local police, they cannot do much because one, they don't have cars. Every time we confront the police, want some assistance, it's either they don't have cars, and I'm not sure. I've realized that the issue of cars for SAPS is not only a local one, it's a national one, because everywhere when you read about the news about the SAPS, you hear the stories that there's no proper resources for police, and I think that is the challenge. But so far, I'm one of the people who had an incident in the past week, and then when they phoned the police, they came quickly to come and take the statement. But I think the issue of taking the statement, it cannot end there. We don't want to be statistics. We want us to prevent crime rather than to find ourselves having statistics. When comes statistics time, they'll say in the Selborne there are so many cases of murder. We don't want that. We want to resolve this issue. We want to make sure that we prevent crime rather than having statistics. Most of the time, this suspect, when they are arrested, they just disappear. Some of them, you find out those suspects are not South Africans, and when they are not South Africans, they cannot be traced after they've been given bail. And we had a very serious incident in the mountain that we confronted as a community. After we took a stand as a community, those suspects were arrested. But now, I don't know what's happening with that case. We saw them immediately after they were arrested. There were news where they were going to court, but now we don't know what's happening with those suspects. But these petty crimes, which actually the police, they call it petty crimes, you know, your house breaking and whatever, nothing happened. And if they get fingerprints, you don't know what happened with the fingerprints. You go to the police station, you ask the detective what is happening, they'll tell you we have not yet booked the fingerprints. And for me, really, as long as our government is not taking this issue of crime very seriously, the community will get fed up. And as you can see, we are fed up as a community. And we cannot allow, when we have a peaceful community, people come and invade our space, our privacy. And this is what is happening. You know, I remember we once engaged the previous councillor who was from one of the current political party that is in charge of the municipality. we were promised that we'll have, you know, what do you call this, metro police sometimes patrolling our area. But we have never seen that. And the issue that needs to be dealt with actually in here, yes, we don't mind if we don't have the metro police coming here, but we want the municipality to come and clean these areas, and we want the municipality to sell those empty stands that they are owning. And we want the municipality to take a stand in terms of ensuring that the people who own stands, who are not interested in building in this area, rather they sell it or the municipality must auction it.
The reason for us to be here today is because of the crime that is now attacking the area. Last year we experienced 2 deaths where the woman and a child was killed in separate houses, and then this year we also had a number of house breakings. And then for us to be here today, we say enough is enough as the councillor of the ward and the community of the area. We decided that we are going to clean the area ourselves with the community involved and the victims that are going to assist us with everything that you are seeing that we are doing today. And for us to stand up and do this is because of the delay when we report to do the grass cutting, the delay because of the finance, the municipality struggling with the finance and the service providers. And as you can see right now, we had a problem with the strikes and all the illegal strikes that are happening across the city. So we decided as a community that we are going to clean the area ourselves so that we can have a better life together here and enjoy the living together here. I think the police, yes, I think there's a problem when we call the police that the police are not coming on board. The problem is because of they don't have enough staff members, they don't have enough transport to come over this side, and the area is very huge, and we rely on the Hercules police station only. It's the only police station that the whole ward is relying on. So that is the problem. The delay is causing us the problem as the community and myself as a ward councillor. We are having a problem in the relationship. It seems we don't get along that much. So what we can do is that we need the police to be on board. We need the municipality to assist us so that they can deploy the metro police so that we can have a better security around here. What we can do is that we need to make sure that we enforce our metro police to come over here and patrol now and then, even though it's not their the area of work, their line of work to come and patrol the area. But the police, I think the municipality must make sure that the residents are safe, because the residents are the stakeholders, they are the ones that are paying rates and taxes, and then we need to protect that so that we can have a better economical city. Because if we don't protect the resident and the resident will leave the area, where will we get an income to do all the work? Because at the moment we are struggling to do the work here.